This video, now looking at the videos we've seen come out of Beirut, it looks strikingly similar in the aftermath. See this?
That's 7 months ago?
7 months ago. And what caught that was the shockwave was what shocked me. I haven't seen a shockwave like that before. It's very distinctive.
Until today.
It's very distinctive.
It's the same shape. Everything looks identical.
It looks like an air bubble coming up and then dissipating. That's exactly what we saw in Beirut.
Like a low-yield nuclear blast.
Yes, and the Israelis and Americans refer to this as bunker busters. The Moab could be considered the most powerful bunker buster. Okay. This video, now looking at the videos we've seen.
Okay, so now let's go back up to this here. I believe it was the actual missile, and this gentleman just said that it was a bunker buster. Okay, so getting into that, so we'll go back up to the actual explosion itself. So there's this one. Must be the same one, same video. And as it comes in, you'll see the magnitude of the blast because it looks exactly like, here it is, boom, like the one in Syria. Boom, here's the white cloud.
Explosions in North Korea, China. We have fires in the UAE. We've got Brussels going on, St. Paul, Minnesota now at a hotel fire. We've got Iraq, and we've also got a fire in Saudi Arabia. Now, how much of this is actually natural? I'm not really sure. There was a fire just a few days ago in Italy. Looked like it very well could have just simply been a forest fire. It's really hard to know, but it's all happening right now, and it seems like there might be something to it here, but we definitely see something suspect in this explosion in Beirut. Now I'm over here on Zero Hedge. Lebanon's health ministry has raised the death toll to over 73 killed, including 3,700 wounded after late afternoon blast centered on Beirut's port unleashed a massive seismic shock and explosion that leveled an entire district of the city and was felt as far away as Cyprus in the Mediterranean.
So this is iPod, which if everyone will please click like, share, and subscribe. That's awesome. So on QNUC, she quotes the video and puts the video out there, and he says this.
I'm going to loop a little bit of a video here. Many of you have already seen a lot of different angles of this. There's some really great video coming out. Unfortunately, not a lot of it with people that actually turn their cameras so we can see the entire explosion. Later in the evening, Lebanon's prime minister announced that the explosions were caused by an estimated 2,750 tons of ammonium nitrate left unsecured for 6 years in a warehouse. Okay, well, that statement right there is a little bit curious, isn't it? This came on the heels of a former Israeli denial that it had anything to do with it, which also seemed to be echoed by Hezbollah officials, with the official consensus growing that the massive explosion was a horrible accident due to neglect. And I want to stop right there again. I'm not so sure that that's the official consensus. That's what is being said on the TV, but I don't really think many people really truly think that this is an accident. Now
okay, and the other video is this one up here. I'm gonna play this because you're gonna start to see what this thread is all about, and it's about the subterranean silos are curious. As they are built below sea level, it seems more are being discovered as the search for survivors continues. And why would they use a subterranean labyrinth of tunnels? Does anyone know? I think we know. Okay, so let's play this video.
In Beirut, locals are criticising leaders for their lack of action after at least 154 people died.
The investigation at the blast site has started in earnest 3 days after the explosion. The cordoned-off area near where the ammonium nitrate was stored is being scoured for clues or evidence left behind in this field of debris. Among the investigators, bomb disposal specialists, experienced in identifying and dealing with explosives. The harbour is also being searched, with teams of divers kitted out in scuba diving equipment making repeated trips. The Lebanese government has given an investigative committee 4 days to determine responsibility for this tragedy. But amidst the investigation, there's also an increasingly desperate search for survivors. They've already located what appears to be the start of an underground network of panic rooms built beneath the giant silo stores. Now they're trying to shift the piles of rubble and spilt grain laying on top so they can investigate. They know that there's a labyrinth of subterranean chambers here. They've discovered the opening of just one of them. And if you come a bit closer, you can see the top of what looks like the ceiling of one. And that's what is keeping the hopes of relatives alive.
Okay, so right here, she's showing you the underground tunnels that they were using at a port that was buried, okay? And they're spinning this story as though they're panic rooms. What do you think they are? No, they're storage rooms that is the underground network in this port. And that was where human trafficking was being delivered also. So just keep that in mind, that there's an underground labyrinth, and you have this smiley reporter standing above one of the entrances to it. And they're trying to spin it as though, oh, relatives. Really? How would someone know if it's bloody well buried? You know, it's underneath in a labyrinth. Does everybody know? It's not common knowledge that these labyrinths even existed. But she's literally standing over a very secret tunnel system that wasn't revealed to the average individual. So I'm going to leave you with that. I'm going to leave you with the rest of this link. Go check out QNUC's thread on this. It's amazing, and now we're starting to see what was really going on in these underground tunnels and these underground bunkers, and perhaps why it was destroyed. This is Saint Ditton. You have to take a look at this, people. Read this thread. It's very interesting. Use your own train of thought to discern, and maybe you have some ideas that you want to share with me, and that would be fantastic if you can leave me some links to it. This is Saint Ditton. I'm out of here.